Narration by Michael Wood. Georges Seurat was a neo-impressionist painter born on December 2nd, 1859, in Paris, France. His formal art education began around 1875 at a local art school studying under sculptor Justin Lequesne. He was influenced by Paul Cézanne, and they both made many sketches before painting. His style was a reaction to Impressionism. Seurat was influenced by science and studies in the optical fields. His art was focused on human visual perception. Chevreul was a major influence on Seurat with his invention of the color wheel. He was also influenced by Impressionist painters because his art was a contrast to the blurred and undefined figure characteristic of Impressionist art. Seurat was influenced by Pissarro and Monet. Seurat was the creator of pointillism. Some artists he influenced included Paul Signac and Vincent van Gogh. This art exhibit is called La Grande Jatte. These paintings are grouped together because they all depict the same island. Impressionist and post-impressionist artists would often paint the same setting several times to depict different seasons, lighting, and weather. In these paintings, Seurat also experimented with different painting styles and techniques. In a Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte, Seurat used pointillism to create color. The Sienne à la Grande Jatte also exhibits pointillism, but with larger dots that create more of a blurred effect. Seurat used that quick, loose brushstrokes of Impressionists in study of La Grande Jatte. The study of La Grande Jatte by Georges Seurat depicts the waterside, so characteristic of this artist. However, it was not created in his usual style of pointillism, but in a more rushed style with visible brushstrokes and thickly layered paint. In this way, the painting is similar to the art of the Impressionist movement. Although he may have been painting in a different style, one characteristic of his that remains the same is his use of contrasting colors, letting the eye do the blending rather than the paint itself. The Sienne à la Grande Jatte by Seurat is a peaceful waterside scene, very characteristic of Seurat. The painting shows good use of framing, with the tree and grass, guiding your eye to the sailboat and rowboat in the middle of the water. Also, this piece shows Seurat's masterful skill of pointillism. Every bit of color on the painting has been placed meticulously on the canvas, with contrasting and complementary colors close by, in order to blend the dots into a new color in the eye. Seurat's most famous painting, A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte, was painted as a reaction to Impressionism. Instead of making a loose, spontaneous painting, Seurat made a very serious, scientific, and calculated one. He wanted to make it thoughtful. Although this painting shows the same emphasis and consideration for light as the Impressionists, Seurat creates the illusion through the use of line and color. He used pointillism to create colors that would be found in nature. He also used contrasting colors to give objects a clear, defined outline. Georges Seurat was part of an art movement called the Neo-Impressionism. His artwork connected the ideas of the Impressionists and the Post-Impressionists. During Seurat's lifetime, Europe was going through major industrial and scientific changes. Seurat wanted to combine science with art, specifically the science of color and optics. He also depicted modern life in his paintings. His A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte shows the mingling and blending of social classes in the cities. The painting style Seurat was most famous for was pointillism, also known as the theory of divisionism. Seurat would place small dots of color next to each other and let light in our eyes to blend them together to create color. He would place contrasting colors together to give his figures a clear outline and a defined shape. He was very effective in depicting light and its properties. His paintings were very detailed and well thought out, unlike the rushed paintings of the Impressionists. He wanted to use color as a language and evoke emotion and create harmony within his painting. Seurat was one of the most inspirational neo-impressionist artists of his generation. His technique and ideas are still regarded highly today. Thank you for listening to Art of the Western World. I'm Michael Wood.